Hi guys, it's Lisa here from Arcane and Stellar, and today's pick a card reading is going to be what action will they take towards you next. So, for those of you that have maybe a crush on somebody, or maybe you're romantically interested in somebody, or maybe, you're in a relationship with somebody. So it'll just kind of be looking at what kind of their next step will be and the energies surrounding it. So we have piles 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can choose your, with your intuition, which pile draws you in the most. We work together, you and I. I pull the cards for each pile, trying to concentrate on an energy for each pile, and then it's up to you to also try to use your own intuition to try to find a pile that draws you in. So take some deep breaths and pause the video, and you can find the timestamps down below. I'll see you guys in your reading. Okay, so if you've chosen pile number 1, this is your reading. So, what action will your person take? So, I'm just going to point out that I'm going to be using the Lenormand to kind of gauge what the action is going to be, and then the Tarot and the Playing Card Oracle are going to be used to kind of elaborate more and maybe find out more about the emotions surrounding this person, or what's been going on maybe on a more emotional level. I do find that the Lenormand is pretty good at predicting events, or that type of stuff in very clear and concise ways. Not always the best for describing emotions, but yeah. Okay, so let's get started. I'm just going to look down here I'm going to point out first of all the astrological signs that I'm seeing. So we have the Hangman, which is associated with Neptune. And Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, so we have a water sign right there. As well as we have the Page of Cups, which is also representative of water signs. So Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And then with the Playing Card Oracle, we have clubs. And in the Playing Card Oracle, clubs are associated with air. So we could have air signs, Aries, Gemini, and Libra. So those are just the signs. I'm seeing some water and some air. So that might be relevant to you. Maybe it won't be, but that's okay. And yes, so let's see. So regarding this person, I see the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man is all about kind of being in a state of suspension, not really kind of knowing, or rediscovering yourself, not really knowing where to go, exactly kind of rediscovering that. And I see this energy in this person that perhaps they have been a little bit, I see off and on type of energy, right? Because the Hanged Man, it can be about a light bulb moment. And, these two cards alone, perhaps I could try to read it as like, maybe some light bulb comes on and it's like, poof, I know what I want and I'm going to offer something. But I see some other scattered energy here, so that's what I'm going to get into. With that Page of Cups, I do feel as if this person is going to be offering you something. For some of you, it may not be an offer of love. It could just be some kind of emotional connection that they want to make. They might want to share emotional news with you, something that's, important to them. As you can see, the Page of Cups, he extends his hand outwards, kind of like giving something. And so I do see, kind of more of a physical inaction versus a physical action. And then I have here the Sword of Enchantment with the Wind Cape. And it's also kind of like a little bit of a scattered energy type of going on here. Because the Sword of Enchantment is a very great card. It's, well, it's all about your mind. It's associated with air. And as you can see, it says, believe in me, in very tiny letters here. I don't think you can probably see it from here. But it's all about trying to, have it. It can be about bringing things into being that you kind of manifested. But positive things, running into people that, you need to run into, and it works out perfectly. But the energy with this card is very positive. It's like believing in magic, and I do feel like this person does have really good feelings towards you, but I feel like there's some scattered energy here. And maybe they can't quite control those positive thoughts. Like, I have a feeling this person could be kind of a bit negative, or introspective. And then it's like very scattered energy, as I'm saying. With the Wind Cape, we have, a mind that goes in all kinds of directions. And it just isn't, when the wind blows, it just can make everything a little bit crazy. And so I feel as if this person, the energy surrounding this person is that they are a bit off and on, or they might deal with a lot of negative. It's like they have this like purity in them, or this ability to feel emotion, but then it's like something gets in the way. And it could just be that their lifestyle gets in the way. There might be things being thrown at them from every which direction, and but I definitely do feel, and as well, like here we have 2 air cards and 2 water cards. So it could be that there's like a big clash of, the mind versus the heart. You know what I mean? Between this person. Now, what action is this person going to take towards you? We have the House and the Tower. It can be read a few different ways. I'm going to give some different contexts here. But the Tower, the home is all about, the home. And it can be in regards to things that happen at the home or in the home, like such as family and so on and so forth. And then the Tower can represent work, but it can also represent, or corporations, but it could also represent being a bit isolated. And so for some of you, I feel as if this person might continue to be a little bit isolated. And I have a feeling like if you want some advice, you're probably going to have to lure this person out of that tower, or lure them out of the house. Like you might have to make an offering yourself, even with like that Page of Cups. And it's like that may be the action that they take, is that they're just going to kind of be a homebody. They could be going through something. Now, if you're like, no, that's not true, this person isn't really like that, they're not, isolated or whatever, it could be that this person is going to share some kind of news with you regarding, they might be calling you up or contacting you, and, or you guys will get into a discussion, and they might tell you about the fact that they might have found an opportunity to work at home, or they want an opportunity to work at home. And it might be that they want to share their thoughts with you, that they've been thinking a lot about what they can do. Like, for instance, maybe if you guys are living far apart, for instance, they might be thinking about ways that you guys could somehow combine forces and work together, or like, to, do you know what I mean? Like maybe starting a business together, or working together in some way. Or it could be that they just want to work, on their own, and so maybe they could be closer to you. So that's just an example. Perhaps it could just be that, this person lives near you, and they're just like, oh, I found this opportunity and I want to share it with you, and that type of thing. For those of you, I just feel called to say this, for those of you that have had problems with this person in regards to their family, if there is some kind of issues between, maybe there's like their family comes between the two of you, there could be a chance that they will start to be more isolated from their family and more open towards you if they haven't been. So that could be another interpretation that I'm seeing. So I hope that helps you guys. I know it's very broad, but there's so many different people listening, and I get different messages from these cards, so I wanted to cover them all. But I hope this is relatable, and I'll see you all in the next video. Okay, so if you've chosen pile number 2 here, this is going to be your reading. So your person's next action. So I'm just going to explain the cards really quick that I'm using and why I'm using them. So I'm going to use the Lenormand today, and that's going to be focusing more on the action that will be taken. And then we're going to use the Tarot and the Playing Card Oracle to talk more about maybe some more elaboration about the action, or what's going on between you guys, or what's going on with them, and as well maybe talk about the energies that are going on between you or in the situation. So I see here, okay, I'm just going to talk really fast about the signs that I'm seeing here. So we have the Queen of Swords, and it's in reverse, And this can, represent Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. We have the Six of Pentacles, so earth signs, and, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And then we have air and water. So we have all the signs except for fire represented here. So, yeah, just in terms of that. But I do feel that many of you could have had some rough times lately. We have the Queen of Swords reversed. For some of you, this could be a woman that's interfering somehow in, your relationship with this person. Or it could just be that their energy, or your energy perhaps, but I think it's probably some outside interference that somehow interfered with you. So the Queen of Swords reversed can talk about somebody who is, a gossip, or somebody who spreads rumors, or is manipulative, and, somebody that could be on the more negative side of mental thinking, right? Because swords are associated with air. So it could be about, somebody who's not happy with their life, like a lonely person that just wants to screw it up for everyone, but somebody who's definitely interfering in some way through communication or of some kind, you know what I mean? So you could have had somebody that's come between you that's been like this and perhaps caused problems between the two of you, or it could be that this person has been a little bit of a jerk and maybe not, using words, in the right way, or being too harsh with their words, or too negative, perhaps. But I do feel as if this person, that's the only negative I'm seeing in this reading, actually. What I really feel like is that this person wants to offer you something. With the Six of Pentacles, of course, I can talk about giving a gift or helping someone out, and usually it's more physical. And I really do feel like with the Lenormand card here, like the Lenormand cards that we have the lilies and the man, and it can talk, in terms of describing someone, it can describe a mature man, somebody that's older, or somebody that's, emotionally mature. But I do feel drawn to say that I feel as if this person's going to be giving you a gift or an offering of some kind. So for some of you, this is literally like they may give you flowers, and say sorry. And the reason why I'm feeling that as well is because of the Galahad card that we have over here. So that's going to be the 9 of clubs. And then we have the 7 of hearts. And that's all about... Okay, Galahad is he's a very idealistic person. And it's a type of person that, is on a mission, is searching for something, that wants something. You see he's dreaming of this, like, prize. And they'll do, anything to do it. They'll sacrifice anything that they have to. And I feel as if this person is willing to sacrifice their pride in some way to make it up to you, whatever's been going on between you. And we have the card of healing over here. And so I do feel as if this person wants some kind of forgiveness, or, really feels like as if you are a very special person to them, that you're their kind of goal, and they'd like to keep pursuing it. But yeah, I really feel like that for most of you, the next action this person's going to take is to give you some kind of gift, or make probably a physical gift, as I'm saying, not necessarily an offering of feelings. Although I do feel as if they could open up and try to, in their own way, try to give you some kind of, emotion. But for some of you, that could be that this person gives through physical items. Some people are like that. They want to give you something. And I know that not everybody would read a Lenormand card, this particular Lenormand card, like that, but I just feel called to say that for this particular reading. But it could be that they show some maturity too. This person might show some maturity in trying to heal the relationship between you as well. Okay, so for some of you, maybe there won't be a physical gift. it could just be some stability of words and communication as well. And, showing maturity through their words. But I definitely feel as if this person is going to be making a move towards you soon in regards to maybe something that's come up between you. It could be their own behavior that's been shitty, or it could be that somebody else has interfered with the relationship in some way that had those qualities that I was talking about, like maybe backbiting and gossipy, or trying to cause problems, trying to be manipulative. But it looks like a pretty good reading other than that. And it seems like as if you guys will have some kind of healing, or at least they will attempt to heal the relationship with you guys, because they really do believe that you're, it for them, and that they really, admire you and want things to be better. So I hope that helps and resonates with you, and take care, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, so if you've chosen pile number 3, this is your reading. So, what is your person's next action going to be? The person that's on your mind, what is their next action going to be? We're going to be using today the Lenormand deck, and that's going to be looking at the action kind of in a more literal fashion. And then we're going to be using the tarot and the playing card oracle to kind of elaborate on the action, or maybe give us some ideas about the energy surrounding this person and you, or the person in general, or that type of thing. So it might give us some more information and some insight into what's going on. So I see in terms of astrological signs, we have the 3 of Wands, so fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And then we have the Knight of the Knight of Chalices, or the Knight of Cups. So that's going to be water. And so Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And then we have 2 air cards over here with the clubs. So Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. I noticed I've been getting a lot of club cards today, especially in the playing card oracle. And so that just makes me think that there is going to be a lot of communication going on. And in particular with this person, there should be some communication, I see. Because, okay, let's just start with the energy. The 3 of Wands is a very good type of energy. A key word that can be associated with this is opportunity. And it's like, I have a feeling that for some of you, there could be a distance thing. There could be some travel between the 2 of you. That's what I could get from this card as well. Just wanted to say that. But there might be some kind of physical journey that needs to happen in this relationship, and that would bring, or something that would bring more stability, some kind of movement that needs to happen to bring more stability. And there's a desire for it on this person's part. I feel like they're looking off into the at the boat, and they're looking off into that distance, so they're really pondering it. But then, and I also see some action, some movement here with the Knight of Chalices. They're, offering something. I do feel like as if you're going to get some news from this person, or some kind of, sorry, I'm playing with my nails over here. Such a nervous habit. There will be some kind of offering from this person, or some kind of communication that will be of an emotional nature. The Knight of Chalices is a very positive card. So it should be good news, and I do think that because I'm looking at the Lenormand deck, and we have the anchor and the key. And, the anchor is about something, that is tied down, or, heavy. And when you're in relation of the key, it's kind of like this person could be opening up to more commitment, okay? It's what I'm getting. Being more opened up to having something more steady and more sturdy. Okay, so I feel as if that's what the offer is going to be. That's going to be the action, is that they're going to make some kind of move that cements them more towards you. Okay, we have the scales and the Ace of Clubs. So the scales is like, it's the 8 of Clubs. And the scales talks about, trying to make the right decision. Somebody who's trying to make the right decision. That somebody that is looking for balance in the situation. You know, Libra, for instance, you know, could be very associated with this card, trying to do the right thing, weighing out the, you know, the things. And so I feel as if this person's been really weighing it out here with the scales and the Three of Wands, right? Kind of really pondering, like, whether they want to move forward in some way. Perhaps, you know, like I said, for some of you, there could be distance between you, and it's like a big obstacle, and they're weighing in their head, you know, is this even feasible? Is this a thing? Can this happen? But it could just be, in general, they might be a little bit, you know, there also could be a little bit of a commitment phobe, as well, because the Knight of Chalices, while it is a great card, you know, that person is not the King of Cups, so it could be, or the King of Chalices, so it could be somebody who's a little bit more flighty at times. But in general, I do see that this person does want something more steady with you, more long-term and lasting. And that's the action that they want to take towards you, is that they want to create that bond here, and that, you know, longevity, something that will last a long time. And I feel like as if, you know, they could be writing you a letter with the Ace of Clubs here, but there definitely is some kind of form of communication that, you know, it's going to be through messages, through, you know, talking. You know, it could be, yeah, they could call you, they could, you know, you're going to hear this from them, you know, in some way. And they, you know, they might tell you kind of what they, you know, what they really want for the long term with you as well. And I do feel that definitely there will be some communication from this person regarding, you know, long-term potential. For many of you, I do feel as if it's going to be a change, you know, in a positive direction. It's going to be like wanting to, you know, create that stability, as I said, and opening up to the possibility of being more long-term. Or at least discussing this together. You know what I mean? If you haven't had that talk yet about what you guys want, and you're kind of like, where's this going? Like, what do they want? They're going to tell you how they feel in terms of long-term potential. And I do feel like that for most of you, it should be pretty positive. Like, I would say, like, you know, 90% of you, you know, it's going to work in your favor, and they want to be tied down to you. And you know, it's all about kind of how the, you know, they're balancing it in their head, kind of what they should do, and, you know, really debating it and seeing what the best option is for them, because that's the kind of person that they are. But yeah, that's what I've got for you, pile number 3. I really hope that helps, and thank you for watching, and, you know, I'll see you all in the next video. Okay, so those of you that have chosen pile number 4 here, this is your reading. This is an interesting one because I just see some strange cards here. So, just an interesting combination. So I think it's going to play out a little bit different for each of you, but let's get into this. So I'm going to be using the Lenormand to talk about the actual action. And then I'm going to be using the Tarot and the Playing Card Oracle to elaborate on the action and maybe the energy surrounding, you know, what's going on between you and this person. So, if you're interested in signs, look at this. We have straight up cups right here. And we have some, so that's like a lot of water. There's some water over here and some fire. So a lot of water. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And then we have a little bit of fire right here in this card. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You know, the signs could be relevant to you, but they might not be. So don't hold on to that and think that, you know, that has to be it. What it does tell me, though, is that there's a lot of, you know, passion in this relationship, and there's a lot of emotion. I definitely feel as if the two of you, I feel like the energy definitely in these cards represents an old connection. If it's not somebody you've known a long time, it's somebody that you're connected to on a very spiritual level. Perhaps, you know, you've been together in past lives. But there's definitely a bond between the two of you. And it's like you feel so connected. And there's just an overflowing of emotions. And there is a lot of emotion. Here with the clutch, we have, you know, the clutch, that's what this card is called as well. The three of hearts. And the Three of Hearts can be about emotional trauma. I feel as if this brings up a lot of emotions in you guys, your relationship. There's a lot of emotion on both sides. And, you know, sometimes it can talk about being a little bit indecisive and I'm going to get into that now with the Lenormand. I do feel as if, I feel like that for many of you, there could be somebody standing in the way. If you are interested in somebody who perhaps has a woman in their life that's somehow blocking this, could be a third-party situation here, actually, for some of you. And there's just that obstacle. And I don't really want to make any guarantees that although the connection is deep and I'm seeing a lot of good emotions, I feel as if there's some major blockages going on between you and this person. And if there isn't a third party involved or whatever, and there isn't a woman, you know, blocking this from happening in some way, it could be that you yourself are being distant, and it's like you're creating obstacles for them, and they can't really do anything about it. They, you know, even if they want to, if you get what I mean. But that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Like, it's pretty straightforward, though. The woman card is about literally a woman, and then, you know, the mountain here represents something that's difficult, that's, you know, cumbersome, that's in your way, that's blocking something, you know, that's a big challenge. So it's like there's some kind of challenge that's, you know, in terms of this connection, and I don't know if they're going to get past it, because we have also the six of diamonds, which is about, you know, it's called the Tower, but it's not the Tower like in tarot. It's more about, you know, trying to protect themselves. So there could be some protection here involved in trying to protect yourself emotionally. So if it's on your end, if you want this person to make an action and you've been really protecting yourself emotionally from them, you know, despite, you know, there could be many things that have happened between you and this person that have caused you to be that way, or maybe from past situations. You may have to give them the chance to even, they might not even take an action because they feel like you're too, it's too difficult. Like, they just can't get past the blocks. Like, it seems like you just aren't open to them emotionally. Because, yeah, like the Tower in this one can be about being isolated and, you know, trying to, yeah. For some of you, it could be that this person's even isolated somehow themselves. Could be that, you know, even they're in jail or prison, or maybe it's some kind of isolation that they're in. Could be that they're too far away from you, and they feel like it's just impossible to surmount. So it's like, I'm not sure I see exactly any action in this, you know, in this reading, despite, like I'm saying, amazing emotional connection right here with these Cups cards. Yeah, there's definitely some blockages, and my advice here for you guys, although I didn't, you know, pull cards for advice, is to, if you want this connection to flourish, I think that you are going to have to step forward. If it's you, if it's somebody else in the way, you might not be able to do that much. It might just cause a lot of emotional drama, and maybe you should step back. That's just my own advice, so it's not what the cards are saying per se. But I do feel like that, yeah, there's something in the way, and it's a woman, and so whether that's you, if you're a woman, or somebody else, you know, you might know what I'm talking about, and let me know if you do, I guess, in the comments if you want to. But hopefully that resonates with you guys. I definitely, yeah, I see a lot of good emotions here, a lot of strong emotions, and a lot of, like, you know, that twin flame, soulmate type of energy. But yeah, there's definitely some blockages here, and like I said, it could come from your side or it could come from somebody else's side. But if it comes from your side, you could probably do something about that if you wanted to. Be more open to this person. But I definitely do see there's a lot of turmoil and heartbreak in here. And there, you know, there are keys to getting out of this and getting that freedom that's in the middle, kind of. It's just about making, you know, the choice that's going to benefit you the best, you know, emotionally. But I hope that helps, and I'll see you all in the next reading. Okay, so if you've chosen pile number 5, which is our last pile, this is going to be your reading. And I'm just going to explain you my layout a little bit. I've taken some Lenormand cards to talk about the actual action that the person will be taking. And then I'm using Tarot and the Playing Card Oracle by Ana Cortez to kind of elaborate more on the action and maybe the energies that are going on between you and this person, or the energies surrounding this person in general. And I'm definitely picking up on the energies of this person in this reading. Like crazy. Okay, so we have a few different astrological signs here if you're interested in that. We have earth signs, so Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. We also have some cups here, and here some water. So Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And then we have some fire here with the diamonds in the Playing Card Oracle. And so fire signs like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, so basically what I'm seeing here is that you have a responsible person, okay? There's a lot, I feel like as if this person is quite, yeah, like I'm saying, kind of responsible. They're a bit of a slow mover. I feel as if this person isn't moving fast enough to your liking, probably, or maybe you like that, but this person isn't the type to take things too quickly. They really want to seek out, they want to establish like long-term goals and kind of meet them at milestones that they feel are acceptable, okay? They don't like rushing into anything. They're even could be a bit suspicious. Oh my goodness, this like little fly is like bothering me. It could be a little bit suspicious by nature, okay? Because I see this fox up here, and that which has to do with the action. I'll get into that in a minute. And then we have the Seven of Cups. And what do we have? We have a man that's standing in front of all these different options and cups with different things inside of them. And, you know, it can be a card about fantasies, illusions, not knowing which to choose. And it's like, I feel like somehow this relationship, it's like they long for stability and, you know, tradition and all of these things. But it's like they're not quite sure. This is a skeptical, like I said, I think they're a skeptical person. That's what I'm feeling. They want prosperity and they want things to be long lasting. Again, we have here the House of Good Fortune. They have a lot of ambition and they want, you know, they want long-term success. They don't, this person isn't the person just to like, not saying that they can't screw around, but they, at least when it comes to regards to you, they're looking at long-term potential. But there's some confusion here and some, like, there are just a lot of options. This person could be young. For instance, we have that Page of Pentacles, so it just could be that they're young, or, you know, they're still at that beginning stage a little bit in the relationship where they're, you know, or a part of their life where they're really trying to assess their goals, their long-term goals, their long-term, you know, potentials. And we have Fata Morgana, I don't know. So it's going to be the Five of Hearts, okay? And this card is about illusion or fantasy. I'm going to pick it up here and show you. If you notice, she looks very beautiful, right? But then when you look at her reflection, she's actually quite scary. But what it means really is that, you know, appearances aren't everything. And combined here with that Seven of Cups and looking at that, it's like I feel as if they're scared, okay? They are worried that what if this isn't what it seems like. They have hopes that it could be great between you guys. But, you know, and they want that prosperity. It's like they want a home with you or like to settle down in some way and make something stable. But they're scared of it being an illusion. This could come from their own psychological blockages. They might have had previous bad relationships, or they saw, you know, relationships in which things didn't go well before, and so they, you know, like their parents, for instance, you know, that can come from, it can stem from so many different places. Why they might feel confused. Like I said, it could be that they're just young and they're not sure. They want to jump into this, but then at the same time they're like, no, I'm too cautious and slow moving for that, and I need to think. And so that's just the energy I'm picking up that's going on with this person. And as to what action they're going to take, we have the Fox and the Storks. So the Fox is about, you know, it could be someone that's a bit cunning. like a secretive type of action. But in this case, I'm really feeling as if this person is skeptically thinking about transformation. Okay, the storks can be about transforming. And it's like, I feel as if they're skeptical about transforming, or they're nervous about it, or they're really plotting it and thinking about it. The thing is, I'm not quite sure if they're going to be taking an action quite yet in regards to stability. So if you are looking for more stability from this person, I don't think you'll get it at this very moment, although I think there's potential there for this in the future. I still think that they're in the stage of being suspicious, and that may start to change for many of you. They may start to come out of that, but for, you know, I think that for some of you, it's going to be that they're going to continue to kind of stake it out and see where this goes, because they're just scared of getting hurt, perhaps, or they're scared of it not working out, or it just being all, you know, like I said, an illusion, or, you know, some bullshit, right? Like, they're like, is this really what it seems like? Because it seems too good to be true. And they might feel like that. They might think you are too good to be true for them. And so it's going to take some transformation, and they might come at it eventually. And I feel like that for many of them, they will, and they'll start to transform. Maybe their suspicions will start to transform, or their cautiousness, but and they'll start to transform out of that energy. But that's what I'm seeing for you guys, and I hope that helps and is clear, a clear message. I hope that I didn't confuse anyone with that, but I do feel, like I said, I'll just reiterate, I feel as if this person could be transforming out of some suspicious energy, but for some of you, they may continue to stay in it, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to stick around. It may just be that you're not going to get quite the commitment that you want at this time from this person. Okay? So, that's what I've got for you, pile number 5. I hope that helps, and, you know, it resonates with you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video.